We did say around 7. Hello. Oh, we are live now. It's working.
Oh, we do have audio?
Yep. See, look, you see the little green thing?
Excellent. So we just had to restart the stream.
Excellent.
It in.
Turning
Cool,
it off
cool.
and turning it back on always works.
A classic answer. All right, let's see. What was I digging with? Let me see if I can hear it. No, just leave the video on. It's fine. I like leaving it on.
All right.
Let's see. Is anyone live right now?
So don't leave the video on. It
No,
no. It just I don't like.
You don't like being on video?
No, not that. It's just it screws with me.
If you don't like it, fair enough.
No.
Let's
It's
see if
just it
it's a little
kind
better
of
audio.
screws with you a little bit. Like you're
Yeah.
just like watching yourself.
Oh, that's the Windows key. Probably shouldn't be pressing that nonstop. Let's see. And that's a decent enough spot right
And
there.
that's Mega. So all right.
Thank goodness our
So Mega gets to I think Mega, you get to ask questions.
yeah, you gotta ask questions.
Oh.
You geese lover.
Geese loving heretic she is.
Godless spawn.
Also,
Canada's.
Also, if you remember, she used to call you daddy all the time when you had this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So now and we I remember we told her you could call us daddy, and she said it's not the same because you're not older than me. So Mega, we have daddy back. Oh, that's disgusting. I'm sorry.
Christ. Nothing is sacred anymore.
Nothing is. So Mega, why did you try and pet a goose?
Yeah, why'd you fuck with that?
So.
Mm-hmm. So as we sit in the study room
Yeah.
eating our granola bars, hiding our faces from the world, even though they've been seen in the thumbnail, and the government tracks us. They look cute. Oh, well, they taste better. You know? How about that? Well, I'm glad the audio has returned for you.
They look cute. So do a lot of big cats, but I never go up and pet one.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I'm going to open the floodgates in the chat. If there are any green texts you would like me to read, just let me know. If there's anything you want us to read, any questions you have.
Geese would be fine when I got near them. Yeah, but you didn't try and touch it.
Post them here or on the stream.
By the way, geese have very hollow bones, so they're very vulnerable to crushing attacks. So if you just punch one in the... So Mega, if a goose ever comes after you and you just punch it, you'll fuck it up.
Mm-hmm.
So you should only... Yeah, even if people don't watch, they by the way, even if people don't watch, they usually watch the rewatches too. Or like not the rewatch. You know what I'm trying to say. Like we'll stream it and then people will watch it later.
Hacker Voices, Theo says he's in.
Hello. Oh, it's Brian.
Hello, brother. Brian, I've never seen you. I want to tell you to post a picture of your face online, but I'm glad you're here.
Mm-hmm. So is there anything good to talk about? Anything happened recently?
A whole lot of shit happened in my life, but
yeah,
nothing drastically gun related I can think off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Well, I bought 2 rifles last year. I've been posting updates as I fix those, so that's still a work in progress. I'm going to get my HQL here soon, and I made the mistake of giving my girlfriend a butterfly knife, so now I fear for my life. She is going to drop and take off one of my toes, and I'm going to bleed to death.
All right.
So that's normal.
Unless she kills herself first.
No, I don't think she will. She still has all her fingers.
Yeah. This was a mistake. Just steal it from her and act like I don't know where it went.
Oh no, I'm buying another one tonight.
Yeah.
And of course, we go with the classic question.
Thoughts on cucking? I don't do it, so I wouldn't. So
well,
I mean,
to each their own.
To each their own, but no.
Yeah.
No, and if a girl ever suggested it, I would that would be an immediate breakup.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me put it this way. The only way I would endorse it if it would be to embarrass you, Migo. That's the only reason I would personally do it. I would just to flex on you.
How
That's
the hell
probably-
would you cuck Mega?
Fucker Neanderthal, I guess. I guess that's what she's into. She just comes home and I got him bent over his log club or whatever, and just look her down the eyes like, I'm a better lover than you.
Are you getting fucked or are you fucking him in this scenario?
Oh, it's everything, It's
Either way.
just for maximum
It's
embarrassment.
It's the give and take.
But that's not particularly gun related.
Mm-hmm.
And Miga, like,
You have to let him curse.
what? Oh yes, I have to show your curses.
Yeah.
You would have gay sex just to annoy me. Yeah, I would do that just to flex on you.
No. You would change your gender to female and then it's not gay.
That's a lot of paperwork though.
No. You just declare it and it's true.
But then it's still gay though.
No. You just declare yourself a
Because
female.
but I don't believe that I'm a female. I'm just saying I am.
It
that kinda
still
defeats the
doesn't matter.
purpose.
It still doesn't matter.
I don't know.
You're not allowed to ask. People aren't allowed to ask questions now. You know this.
But that's just more of a can of worms. I'm just trying to dab on Miga, and then me and the caveman both dab, like actually dab and run out, Naruto style.
Yeah.
For maximum flex.
No. For maximum flex, you have a threesome with the caveman, you, and a poo. Remember
A
that?
poo?
Don't you remember that? Mega was briefly. married with
Oh,
it.
from The Simpsons.
Yeah. Mega
No, I don't watch anime, so I don't know.
Yeah. No, Mega was.
Well, how do you pronounce your name, Miga? Miga,
Mega,
Mega,
like Megatron.
Mega Man.
So.
Let's see.
Yeah. So I think.
It's 1911 in military time. Muffled
Our Lord
stopping
and
power.
Savior.
Muffled stopping power in the distance.
Yeah.
Mega. Well, I'm going to keep calling you Miga because it upsets you. I derive great Schadenfreude from mispronouncing your name.
She's gonna keep calling you Gun Daddy if you keep doing that.
Well, I mean, who started it?
She started it. It's her fault.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. You deserve a win once in a while.
Every now and then. What's the next thing? Who's the president these days? Now that I'm gone.
Of the club? I don't know.
Aren't you in the club?
I don't know. I don't go to as many meetings though.
Yeah, isn't it Rizaldi? I think.
I think so. I usually just go to the range trips. Like
True.
that's the reason people join. Like
Just for the range trips, yeah.
that's true.
Rez is Prez, I'm VP. Puff the Magic Dragon. Or Puff the Dragon. I think I know who that is. My boy.
Who?
I think if he names himself, he names himself. I'm not trying to name drop people. What's right next to the microphone? Even if you put your hand over your ears, sneaky style. Yeah. I mean, I'll show who they are in the chat probably on a wild guess. If I had to say, it would be that fella right there. Yeah.
Oh, is he still in?
Yeah, he's still here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know when you guys are doing the range trip next or what.
Yeah.
What all's happening.
So as I said, I recently, I think not for you. I think I mentioned it, but in between now and when I last saw you, I got a shotgun.
What'd you get?
Actually, my dad's Mossberg 500.
Ah, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was literally he had basically given it on extended loan to my uncle,
right.
and so he was like, and so I went shooting one time, and he was like, "Well, if you want the shotgun, you can have it.
There you go.
If you want the shotgun down in Florida, you can probably have it." And then I did all the like, Nick, when are you coming up? Like, and then it took some time to do that, and my mom was like, "All right, well, you can't keep it in the house." So I no. So I go to go shooting one time.
Mm-hmm.
I keep it at my uncle's, and so I go there, and he doesn't come back. So what are you gonna do? Leave a shotgun in your car? So I just I go, Mom, well, I have to take it in there because I can't just leave a gun in the car, and it's been living there ever since.
Yeah. Haha. So my coworker has this thing called RoboTwist for those hard to open scround bottles. It's a Soylent bottle, and he had to buy a special machine to open it because he's too weak from the soy.
Oh God, don't eat
Poor
soy.
bastard. Yeah. Let's see. So Brian, I hope you're pronouncing your name right, Brian.
I think it's the same.
Yep. It's just spelled differently. He says that his friend wants him to take him to a shooting range, and I know my parents may not like it. I'm going to talk to them soon. Any advice?
If your friend takes you, you don't have to tell them. You're 18. You're an adult, I assume.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, just go. Like,
Yeah.
If they're not gonna ask questions about where you are and they're not gonna make you prove it, just go. Don't care.
Yeah. I would say that'd be the best one. And then once you go, I'd say talk to them. Don't let them know that you went unless, the conversation is going to be the way that they're okay with it. But it shouldn't be something you just drop on your parents. Parents don't like that when you just show up and you're just like, yeah, like I bought a shotgun. Like, and like
you want to
yesterday,
buy a gun or you want to go shooting?
I'm just saying, whenever you go to buy a gun, you shouldn't just show up and be like, yeah, I just bought a gun. And your parents will be like,
Yeah.
okay, what the fuck? Do you have lots? What's happening? Yeah, if you're just gonna go shoot one, just go shoot one. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's
If
you're gonna keep a gun in your parents' house, that's like, then you have to talk to them. But if you're gonna go shooting, you're your own man. Like,
yeah,
they don't have the right to stop you.
Yeah, and if your parents are gonna cast you out for that little of a thing, I don't want to be rude, but I think you need to talk to your parents, and they may not be supportive of you. That's you should be able to talk to your parents as more or less equals and come to an understanding. If they're gonna be like that, that's not something you should have to deal with. I'm saying cut off your family over guns. That's a little excessive, but if they won't respect you, you got to have a conversation with that, and that's gonna be its own thing.
Yeah.
My parents are very against handguns because of the son of the guy that my dad works with got he had a gun on him, and he pulled the gun and he showed it because he was like in a scuffle or whatever. He put the gun away, but he got arrested for brandishing, and it was kind of felony charges, and his life could very well be over just because he was carrying a handgun. And so my parents are like, "Oh, you can't carry a handgun." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm really not planning on it because I have at what most $20 and a jewel in my pocket. Like, I'm not going to get in a gunfight for that. That's a bit fucking excessive. I can cancel my credit cards."
What are you Wait, so how did he was he just carrying one on him?
I think he just had one on him. He was in a restaurant and the guy was arguing with him. He's like, "Hey, fuck off." He showed a gun, which apparently he could do. I don't know if he had his concealed carry permit or not, but either way, it's just more trouble than it's worth.
Oh man, no, don't do that.
Yeah. Puff says, "I hid my guns from my parents for 2 years, but I told them because I felt bad about not being honest." Yeah, I mean, that's happens. A CC permit in Maryland. That's a rare one.
That's a rare. I think BRIAN had one for a while.
He might have. I'm not sure.
I think he was. I think it's you're allowed to have one if you're transporting over like $2,000, and I think he worked for some like vending machine or something. It was either like basically he used to collect like one of those things where he collect money from some automated thing, and so he would be carrying more than 2,000. So Maryland was like, "Yeah, but we have to," and he can only do it for work-related purposes.
Yeah, there's like a time they'll tell you either all the time or they'll say you're only allowed to carry it for this amount of hours on these days, and that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Even if I'm legally an adult, my parents would still be scared nonetheless. But I hope my dad is understanding. Also, do you need to rent a gun or take a course before going into the range? It really depends on the range.
Public ranges, no.
Yeah, if your friend has his own guns, and you go to a public range, it's just between you and him and talking it over. If you go to a private range like Free State or a couple other ones, they will.
There's a lot of NRA ranges.
Yeah, they'll have a course where they're like, "Hey, you got to have someone with you so you can't shoot yourself, commit suicide on the range, that sort of stuff. There's a little safety briefing they give you, and then you're there and you do it. If you want to look, I would definitely recommend when we're done the stream, hop on YouTube and just look up general gun safety and handling and all that. It wouldn't piss your parents off, but I'd say I would go get an airsoft gun or like a BB gun and just practice that, because you know what, it's a BB gun, and if they get upset because you have a BB gun, you're like, oh, we'll play some airsoft. If they say no, that's a great way to feel out the waters, and you can shoot soda cans in your backyard or whatever, but you can also practice the finger off the trigger, safety drills, all that stuff. You can practice with and get comfortable with at least holding something closely resembling a firearm.
If you ask some of the people in the chat, they'd probably take you. I'd probably take him if I had the time.
Yeah, if I had the time too.
Yeah, so I'm off this summer. So Brian, I will. If you do your homework, I'll take you.
Yeah,
I can take you shotgun shooting. You can shoot clays. So just eat.
Yeah, I'd say I don't know if shooting clays at first. I'd say target shooting would probably be the start.
I only have a shotgun.
True. Well, you gotta buy a 22. I think Marlin 22s aren't too hateful. They're only a couple hundred. I mean, I'd say only a couple hundred, but
yeah, I'm a bit strapped for cash at the current moment.
I hear you.
So
I'm not necessarily cash strapped, but I'm trying not to spend a lot.
I have no.
Weren't you gonna buy a PSA AR? Me?
I was considering it, but I can't fit. I can't quite bring myself to do the whole you know how it PSA doesn't sell any H bars. I've been looking out for one.
Yeah, I mean the only thing I would really get AR wise right now that I'm looking at is the Brownells retros, but
fucking heavy barrel law, man.
Yeah, the heavy barrel. I mean, I could probably get the 4-guard and put it on, just be like, yeah, whatever. But I don't know. Do you need to be as strong to handle a gun? No, it depends on the gun. I'd say if you're
shooting the the 3.5-inch goose gun rounds.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Maybe that'll have a little kick. But if you're shooting, if I took you to the range and we shot the shotgun, we'd just be shooting target loads, which aren't that bad.
Yeah. My girl weighs 100 pounds and she can shoot a Mauser just fine.
Yeah.
So it's doable. Rifles normally weigh about 8 to 9 pounds is about average. That's in the shoulder and you have 2 arms to hold that, but you're not standing and shooting at most ranges. You can sit down and put it on weighted sandbags, so the front end's resting. It's not too hateful. It's definitely doable, and that's the Mauser is a heavier rifle.
I think he just wants to know if it's going to hurt, and the answer to that is if you're not holding it wrong, probably not.
Yeah, it depends. Love hearing this while doing 20-pound curls. That's more than I'm doing. Hey, strong boy. I dig it. I need to get strong again, too. I haven't been able to work out much. Just been busy running around. What's hot, Puff? Tell me your sultry, soundery secrets. Yeah, I need a lithium. I don't know what happened to my weights. I had old cast iron weights from when my dad was a kid in the 60s, and they were just throw chunks of metal around.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I need to get back to my Ricardo shape so I can go around slapping my ass.
I need to do that. I'm going to the beach with I have, as you guys may know, I have a few different groups of friends.
Impossible.
I know. I have the gun chat friends, I have my Republican friends, and then I have my co-ed friends.
Oh.
So the co-ed friends are all going to the beach. And I got to get buff for that.
True. What co-ed?
No. I have I have a group of friends that's mixed gender.
Gotcha.
So I have a group of friends that's
so it's not all sausage parties.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
I have friends who are girls. Look at me.
Oh my Lord.
Look at me moving up in the world.
That's so white going to the beach. Can you test an RPG?
I think you can get the Actually, I think you
Yes,
can.
I think you can. An actual rocket, probably not, because it's very hard to import the actual explosive
No, no,
rockets.
no, no,
It's a
no, no, no,
training
no.
rocket.
I think it's just. I think each individual rocket, I think, is considered a destructive device.
Yes, every single rocket has to be registered individually with the ATF as well as the launcher. And where are you going to get rockets? And where are you going to say, yeah, I totally got this legally and send it to the ATF and get them to A-OK it and then ship back an explosive warhead to you?
Well, I think
Not likely.
I think you could just like buy an AT-4 technically. Like, is there anything in the law that says okay, if you go to if you were to somehow like work for who makes the AT-4? I don't know. We'll say General Dynamics makes the AT-4, and you just go to your boss and you say, "Can we just like ship an AT-4 to our house if we do the proper paperwork?" And boss goes, "I don't see why not."
Yeah, I'd imagine it'll be down to state and local laws.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
really chop down on shit. Like
So
flamethrowers are federally legal, but Maryland and California are the two states that say no, flamethrower bad, and so you cannot have flamethrowers in Maryland.
Maryland's been threatening to become New York for forever now. You know,
It's pretty close, I'd say.
yeah, yeah. As soon as they ban 30-round magazines, that'll be it.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll basically be New York. But
yeah, I'd say your best bet is gonna be non-lethal grenade launchers. Yep, they're called flare projectors because I think the ruling is something. What is it? 40 millimeter grenades are considered actual grenades. Same with 25. They listen them by name. They're like, no, it'll make any more grenades. So they just made a different millimeter size of grenade. And since it's not an actual warhead, it's the same size as a flare, like a flare gun. So it's just a flare gun underneath. And then, they're like, well, if you just happen to make a grenade in this exact size, it would work. But they haven't quite caught on to that, knock on wood. Or this card stock is. So, you probably could have one. I think they do have real grenade launchers as well, M203s and stuff that you see on the ARs. And that's how you got it. Why'd you do it on campus? Did you drive all the way there? Well, I mean, it's close to where I work. I don't know how close it is to you, Kevin.
Yeah, I like driving.
Yeah. I mean, how far are you out? I don't want you to dime out where you live.
Like 35 minutes. It's not bad, and I like the drive.
Yeah, the drive's not too terrible. I mean, it's probably 15, 20 for me from where I work to here, but then it's an hour home from here. So I will probably be winding down around, I don't know, 8:30, somewhere like that, because I got to drive back.
Yeah.
I got to get gas, and in my town, all the gas stations like close at like 9, 10 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah, my town is just corn and deer with glassy eyes. It's really fucking creepy. I saw a deer the other day, and its eyes were real fucky. It was some real skinwalker shit, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna go home now. So
my neighborhood is a whole bunch of liberal white people.
Yeah.
My mom does yoga, and my dad. So they are still quite heartbroken that I vote Republican.
Yeah.
They are both still very upset by it.
Apparently, moose can dive as deep as 20 feet to eat stuff underwater, which is why one of the predators of a moose is an orca whale, because they'll go diving off like the shores of stuff, and a whale will just grab them like a killer whale. It's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Wild shit you see on Facebooks.
I don't do Facebook. I don't need another addiction.
Yeah, it's just it's all shit posts and misery, but there's some decent memes on it. I gotta keep the chat supplied with memes as best I can.
Reddit has better memes. 4chan has good memes too, but there's a whole bunch of porn and white supremacy.
Yeah, I only like one of those things, so.
I too.
But I'm trying to see if there's anything decent.
Yeah. So 4chan just has too much of that crap. There's occasional good posts, but it's just it quite honestly, it's just not worth it. I get most of my memes through Reddit.
True. I mean, a decent bit of mine come off Facebook. Why you threatened to ban me when inquiring about a Maryland law that Brian Brugo? What Maryland law?
Why you threatened to ban me for inquiring about all that?
Oh, is this with the geese again?
Oh,
Oh, Christ.
they're a nuisance, and we all know that they should just die.
Yeah, lovely. How can I explain this?
4chan is
How can I explain this curtly? Bestiality in all its forms is wrong, and I think that's just a no-brainer. I think that transcends libertarianism to just basic human decency and morality. You know, you don't fuck animals and you don't fuck things that can't consent. That's pretty obvious. And let's be honest, Migo. We know what was going to happen. The same thing with Apu, the same thing with Neanderthal, same thing with geese. You're just going to keep towing the line until you say someone says, "Would you fuck a goose?" And then it's just going to spiral into that. And because we're still vaguely related to the University of Maryland, and my name's attached to the chat because I'm the one that made it, and I can't leave. I'm the one that they're going to come to when there's a goose fucking going down in the chat, and I'm not going to put up with that. It's not related to firearms in any way. You know,
I mean,
it's pretty cut and dry that it's degenerate, barbaric behavior that is reserved for animals. You know, and you know, if you're gonna act like an animal, you have no place in a chat with conversation. You know.
goddamn.
Oh, someone else brought it up. Yeah, well, you know, you still talked about it. You can't keep towing the line and then be surprised when someone says, "I'm drawing a line in the sand."
God damn, that was a good roast.
You know, let's see. I'm trying to show all comments. You know, it's pretty obvious. And when I wake up on my lazy Sunday afternoon and I'm just like, oh, what can I relax? And I see a notification, add to me at the chat, you know, is it okay to fuck geese? It's just like, you know, I went to church this morning and now I have to deal with this. So I apologize for being a bit snappy, but just, you know, you were fucking towing the line. You know, don't push the envelope and be surprised when you get a paper cut.
Yeah.
God damn, like.
John, you just need to ban her every now and then.
Nah, it's not.
No, we used to do that all the time.
That ruins the point of banning. You know, it loses its value. You know.
No, we set up
Edgelords don't belong in the
reason.
chat. The chat was made by edgelords. You know, but you know, if you're gonna be edgy, you should have a point. You know, if you're all edge and no point, you're just like loose razor blades. And what good is that? We're not emo. You know. If you're gonna have an edge, have a point, and then be a pocket knife. Oh, you know, and then a pocket knife is useful and fun to play with.
Right. I'm the biggest shit poster in the world, and I see.
These are not good life lessons, Miga. This is just me ranting and being upset.
I don't.
If you can,
I don't read half the chat because.
Yeah. If you can glean some life advice from this,
Mega
please take
is
it.
honest to God the reason I don't let people look at my phone. Because I worry they're just gonna they'll just be even just with the off screen, I worry they're gonna look at it and be like, they're just gonna see something about Mega fucking a goose.
Yeah, it's just like.
And I don't want to have to explain why. That's
I muted it because like if I just look at the chat during work, one of my bosses there, it's like bing notification. It's like. Would you fuck a caveman? It's like, what? No.
I'd fuck a cave woman, maybe.
I mean, just to flex on me. Oh, that's a good meme. That's a good fucking meme right there, boys. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good meme. Sorry, I saw the meme. She notifications too. You know, it's throw a grenade in the room and close the door, walk away.
I was very disappointed. I have to say, John, I'm very disappointed you're not drinking boomer juice.
Boomer juice? No, I don't drink boomer juice. I mean, I'm mixing it up. I'm drinking the Bang today. I'm dripping that lemon drop top, popping that lemon drop top. Sip pop.
Oh, I had to put the thing back on. It screwed into my head. I can't watch myself.
Me drinking that boomer juice.
No one needs to see that.
I can see you.
So
earlier this week, I sent an image that Brad didn't enjoy, and I was sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, just it says soy behind you. Does it? Sound.
Sound.
I think it says sound. We're in the soy room, Puff. It's just pure soy in here.
No. It's a college campus. What do you expect?
Let's see. I'm just looking at memes right now and talking. Ooh, that's a pretty pistol.
Yeah. I have a fun story. So as you know, as I told you previously, I have my co-ed group of friends.
Gotcha.
Right. And so half of them are doing, more liberal arts majors. Like, most of them have a career path they want to go down. Like, one girl wants to get a psychology degree, get a master's in social work, and then do that. Which, fair is fair. Different life choices, right?
Gotcha.
Right. But so they're in the liberal arts, but they have a whole bunch of friends. Like, their friends are all like, a lot of their friends have very, how do I put this? They're very much what you think of when you think of a liberal arts college student.
All right.
Right. So, and you know me, I'm not exactly the most hardcore right winger in the world, and I don't usually bring it up. But they all look at me like I'm a fucking monster.
Oh yeah, my favorite one is.
I think I was I think so. So we were talking about what do you know in German, and it was like, oh, ich bin ein Jäger, which means I am a hunter, and I was like, no, I haven't done that yet, but I do want to get the license. And she looks at me like, what? Who the hell are you?
Oh, my favorite is I like to say I want to bring back the buffalo so I can hunt them for sport, and that really throws people for a loop.
Yeah, that does throw for a loop. Why wouldn't I think that's? I think it's so it's really fun to which I like to think I come across as very respectable and not like Alex Jones type.
They're turning the frogs gay. They're coming for us. And the Bang energy drinks, the Monster Zero Ultra, turn all the boomers gay has got soy in it. Believe me, people, the frogs are taking over. This is important radio.
You can do a far better Alex Jones than I can. I can't quite do the grammar.
Alex Jones, broadcasting for my top secret bunker people. Drink Bang energy drinks. He has the pure power that I need to fight the globalists.
Is it fluoride free?
Then I'll trace the Florida in this, Jimmy.
Talk about Encyclopedia Dramatica. Now that's
a bit above my pay grade right there.
That is a den of filth and villainy. I'm not ready to go Mr. Mercator tier, but I will. If you through GroupMe, if you send me like a private message or a direct message or whatever,
slide in my DMs, boy.
If you send me a DM of like a green text, I will attempt to read it as long as it's not blatantly racist or incredibly offensive.
I DM John my more degenerate memes that I'm not quite comfortable posting in the chat.
Oh, I've got a couple raunchy ones where it's just like, ooh, god damn, boy.
What was the
yeah. That's the one you got.
I think I posted the picture, but I don't think I posted the text.
Yeah, I think you might have put it on profile.
That should be my new profile pic. Although I am in a couple group memes that aren't just shit posting.
Our majors, Brian is computer engineering. I wish you the best of luck, Brian.
I am too.
I graduated with a computer science degree, so I have returned for you, people to listen to.
Yeah. See, that's a little bit more degenerate than.
Yeah. Let's see. Alex Jones is like an insane prophet whose prophecies are correct, but he's so insane no one can understand them.
Oh well, they did bring down the who's the dude who did?
Epstein?
Yes, they did bring down Epstein, and then he tried to commit suicide.
Yeah. I think Hillary Clinton expresses sadness for Jeffrey Epstein's upcoming suicide, and like a day later he was found with like massive bruising around his neck, like he tried to jump from his bunk and like swan dive into the toilet, so as his body weight flopped it would snap his neck. But they he couldn't do it. He was in solitary. No, I don't think anyone could get to him.
No. Here's the real story. He didn't. It wasn't Hillary Clinton suicide. As I understand it, he had a cellmate who actually just got along with, and I think he's just faking suicide so he can get into a nicer thing.
I don't know.
No, I
don't know
understand.
how-
I understand how many people that
I don't know how his son could get along with him in prison. You know, child molesters and stuff. They don't last long. Child molesters and cops are like
he was a
you
crooked cop.
you don't want to be that kind of person in prison because you
I
will.
think he has enough money that
I don't know. I don't think you last long in like general population with that shit.
I hope he does because I want to squeeze some shit out of him.
Even the
Do you think Bill Clinton did some shit with Jeffrey Epstein?
Oh fuck yeah, and Trump too. I mean, it's
I don't
a
think
pedo island. They were flying that
I
airplane.
don't think Trump did anything with
I-
pedos.
I wouldn't put it past them. I don't trust any of them. You know, it's
No,
like I haven't heard anything. I don't know him, and it's like, well, here's a picture of you, like with him, like shooting finger guns, and you're both 8 margaritas deep on his private island, where they knew within a week, child sex slaves had been brought there repeatedly. It's just like,
Trump was.
yeah, there's pictures of him with Epstein, same with
No,
Clinton.
there's pictures of
and-
him with Epstein, but I think it's more of like when you're doing real estate in New York, you're gonna run into some dirty
Yeah,
people,
so-
and I think it might have been just like, I have to do this business with you, but I don't hang out with you on the.
So okay, so he didn't go to the island. What was it at Epstein's, private mansion, the one in New York, where he had massive
I
amounts
think
of
they
like
were
sex
just like at
slaves?
an event
Or-
or something.
or was
for
it-
like for
Or
like,
was it at the mansion that he had in Arizona? The man's got so much shit and so much connections. Someone had to know. And it's the same thing as Harvey Weinstein, where they're just like, oh, that's just that's just Harvey. That's just what he does. He just smells, aspiring actresses' feet, and it's just like, y'all knew he was into some creepy shit, but you kept your mouth shut because the checks were rolling. I don't trust anyone in government. Why is a lol like considered a swear?
that's you. That's
LUL.
is that LUL?
Yeah.
Ryan, type LOL instead of
Puff, I did not
LUL.
know that
It's
you had not went to
qualified
the
as a
island.
curse, and we have to okay it every
I
time.
apologize. Thank you for clarifying.
Ooh, you can type ooh woo.
Really? Oh God. It's a freaking foot, Yeah, you really gotta stomp down on those foot fetishists. Really stomp them out. You know what I'm saying? We don't stand for that. What was it from Seth? It was on a good YouTube channel. His name is Seth Zeech, SEETH, and then Zeech, which is spelled weird, but he does video game reviews. But he the one he's talking about, Stalker, the game, and he's like, they in an attempt to control the zone to cure all of mankind through a noosphere and remove foot fetishists. Unfortunately, foot fetishists were replaced by scat and then one very specific genre of porn where it slowly zooms in on the man's taint. And it's just his voice is just beautiful. It's just the most horrid shit.
Delivered in the most sly monotone.
The most slime monotone. He's like, I'm going to go look out for artifacts in my backyard. And like he pulls aside his blinds, there's like just a massive suction cup dildo. he's like, don't mind that. He just slaps it as he walks
How
past.
did you or Brian find a giant suction cup dildo when you were
Oh yeah, that was just me. And then he's like outside. He's like, oh, look at this artifact, a stone blood, and here's a gravy and the rare hypodermic needle. And for some reason, there's just a cardboard box of used hypodermic needles in his backyard. It's like, sir, I know you're in Europe somewhere, and like Sweden. Why is that in your backyard?
Oh my god.
I watched an anime called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and some villain had a fetish for Mona Lisa hands. Wow.
Yeah.
Fetishes you never understand.
Can I know?
Sure, I'll give you a piece of gum for my random high D10.
It's been about to be cyanide.
No. Oh, fuck. Went for a wild ride in about 15 minutes, buddy. Hold on to your seatbelts, boys. So I just gave Kevin acid by accident.
So yeah.
do you
If
have
any of
any-
you are out there, if I go, the stream is probably scheduled till at least 8:30. But if I stop talking in about 15 minutes, please call the cops.
Yeah. Do you have any funny res life stories? I don't know if I can tell them because I'm at UMBC. I don't know if I can speak a little res life other than the dildo on the wall and the deer. Just people being stupid. People being like, yeah, my door doesn't work, and you get there, and it's 3 a.m, And they're like, my card doesn't work. I'm like, did you talk to the desk? They're like, no. I'm like, so how the hell did you get the secured phone number? Whatever. I'm gonna let you in. I'm done with this shit. Delete it off your phone. And going in, the roommates are in there, and it's just like, bruh. Funny stuff I saw while repairing.
The dildo.
Yeah, there was a guy who was probably a furry. He had a lot of fan art on the wall, and that was a bit disconcerting. But whoever it was not there, and so I did the work and left very quickly.
Any guns or crossbows or anything?
No guns, no crossbows. Good fair amount of knives. And I've just been like, hey, you might want to put that away. Or like people like freshman dorms and said you have to freshman move in. They're like, yeah, man, I got a bunch of Fireball, and he has like a handle of Fireball. I'm like, hey, man, I'm 21 too. You want to give me some? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm pointing at my shirt, like, hide it, bitch, hide it. You know, they're like, oh no, I actually don't have any. I'm like, good.
I had a friend who was a freshman who liked Fireball, but he wasn't stupid. He was graduate. But he wasn't that stupid about it.
Yeah. Some people in my hall got in trouble for vaping. They had to write a essay about it. Yeah. A lot of like, smoke alarms going off, and I don't know why. And there's like a pack of like, Marlboro Southern Cuts like on the table, like right into the smoke detector. I was like, bruh. Yeah.
Do you smoke?
I do not smoke. I've smoked cigars before. I don't like cigarettes. The smell fucks me up. But I was a habitual dipper for a long time. The
I
old
smoked
Devil's
my first
Mulch.
cigar recently.
Yeah, you like it?
It was all right. 6.5 out of 10 would be fun with friends. Would not do alone.
Yep. I still have the pick of the masterpiece. If you vape, I don't know how vaping. The smoke alarms work by the amount of oxygen that's in the air. So if it detects a lack of oxygen, it will go off because there's not enough air and I think it's not safe to breathe. Or if there's carbon monoxide, it'll set it off. So you just need to essentially clog the filter. If it can't get air to it, it will start freaking out because it won't go off. Yeah, so it's cigars. Yeah, cigars are nice. I've had a couple of them. I mean, I've smoked cigars once or twice. I've smoked pipes before, like tobacco pipes, but I never had a good tobacco pipe where people were like, "Oh, it's really good. Like, it smells good." Where I'm like, I haven't really got into it. I'm worried about shit sitting in my lungs. But I was, and I still am on occasion a big fan of the old Devil's Mulch. I will pack a lip on occasion, but I'm trying to shift my life into vaping because that's a little healthier for you.
It's a little less bad, is what you mean.
Less bad, yes. Harm reduction.
I don't know. As I say, other than the first cigar, I don't smoke. I don't smoke or anything.
Didn't you have a vape the first time I met you, or was that someone else?
No, that's not me. I've never vaped.
Okay, I couldn't. Who was it? It was someone.
No, I'm pretty sober. I don't do a lot of drinking either.
True. Yeah, I don't like drinking. I'll stick to my nicotines. Thank you very much. The alcohol does not sit well with me. I just get really sleepy.
And it fucks with your sleep, though.
Yeah, and my family's got a bad history of that. My grandfather smoked and drank himself to death twice. And then my dad just drank a lot. I'm just smoking a lot. So maybe my kid will be slightly better by increments.
My grandfather was an alcoholic, but he doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah,
he got his life together.
That it'll fuck you up.
Yeah, so I don't drink a lot.
Yeah,
me and my parents both sort of occasionally do it, and we don't get too fucked up.
Yeah, it's too expensive.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't have the funds to do it that regularly.
I bought a 6-pack last night. It was probably the first one I bought in months because I was like, "There's no beer at the house. My dad will probably want beer," and then
it's like $10.
Yeah, it was like $9 for a 6 of Yuengling. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you can get the really cheap shit with like cans for like 75 cents a pop.
But cheap shit is just horrible. It does not sit well with me. Yeah, I mean,
I think
I spent $2.50 on this energy drink, probably close to $3 after tax. But I mean,
yeah, I only drink the I drink about the $1.50 stuff. The stuff that's good.
Yeah, Yuengling is pretty good, but it's just too expensive to drink. It just makes me tired. I'd rather be awake and alert. But yeah,
it fucks with my sleep, and that's why I don't do it so much.
What rowdy drugs have you done? Pop them in the chat.
I knew one kid who did acid.
Yeah, I've known a couple guys that did acid. My one roommate was just, I came back one day and he's just staring at me. I'm like, you okay, bro? And he's like, yeah, I just dropped acid. I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? He's like, 'cause you're going to take care of me, bro. I'm like, dude, thanks, man. You would have dropped that on me. THC. I don't mess with weed in case I ever to do a security clearance.
You ever done DMT?
You ever done DMT? That's crazy, Jamie. Pull that shit up. No, I haven't done DMT. I'm already hungry and paranoid enough. I don't need to take stuff that would exacerbate that. Miga's pretty straight edge, I see. Listen to Rise Against on the weekends, Miga. Get real rowdy.
You know what? I think she's just degenerate in the chat.
Just in the chat?
I think she's pretty bad in the Republican chat too, but I think I don't think she's as much as of a degenerate as she appears to be. She just plays one on TV.
I'm a shit. Where would that work? I'm being told through an anonymous source that it was probably Robert that was the vape lord. Colonel. So yeah, Miga just gets her kicks off the shit posts.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, to each their own, I suppose.
That's so true. I think I do. I got her too. She's not a degenerate. She just plays one on TV. But
only on days that end with Y.
No, she just plays it for us.
Just for us. I'm trying to find a decent.
You know, I also smelled weed from a room adjacent to me. I swear.
Yeah, that's the thing with weed. People are like, "Yeah, man, it's not that bad, bro," and then it just stinks up everything. That's why I try.
Quite honestly,
that's why I try and avoid smoking, just so I don't inconvenience others.
There are two types of people who smoke weed. Those who are retarded, and those who are smart enough that the brain damage doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
And quite honestly, I'd like all the brain power I can get.
Yeah, I need what few brain cells I still have.
Exactly.
Let me see.
I had a friend who used to live in the dorm, and he said he used to have his suite. His roommate was really chill, but his suite mates used to smoke weed, and he said like they'd be out there at like 3 a.m, just blazing it, and they set off the smoke alarm at like 3 a.m, and they're just like, oh my god, fucking test tomorrow. Yeah,
that's where it's bad. But the guy I was rooming with, that was
dropping acid.
That dropped acid. He smoked a lot of weed, and he vaped a lot. It wasn't like okay, let me just take a little puff. Open the window and blow it out. All right, whatever. Like he was trying to become a fog machine through a cassette deck, like one of those huge like garage door opener things.
A fucking remote controller.
Yeah, he's just taking fat rips off a VHS tape, and it's just like, bruh, the whole apartment. Not just a common room in your room, but my room too smells like burnt cough syrup. Just stop.
Turn the room into a sauna from a 2x4.
Yeah, pretty much. And I was just like, bro, can you not? Huh. So, yeah. Yeah, that's why I try.
Read that. I can't read that fast.
I'll vape in the car or whatever, because I have the windows down. Smoke carries it away, but I don't want to inconvenience others. I was considering getting those THC candies or gummies. It's funny, in my high school they outlawed drugs. My friend had it, wasn't getting away with it. Yeah, be careful with edibles, because you don't know how it's cooked or shit bakes out. You don't know what the fuck you're getting.
You don't know what the fuck you're doing.
And then it hits you like a brick house like 20 minutes later.
I don't.
What's our zombie apocalypse plans? Take a couple with me. As far as
I don't know. I think most of the people in my neighborhood, me just having a shotgun, I think most of the people in my neighborhood I could just steal from.
Outclass them, yeah.
Yeah. So I just go over and rob my entire neighborhood.
Yeah.
The one dude with a gun.
Just run that place. I'm trying to think.
I am God of one more.
I'm trying to think. What was it on? I don't know if I'll be staying at home or if I'll be moving. I need to figure out.
If you do move,
If I
please
were
tell
out.
us so we can do that drunk stream.
This is true. Well, I mean, like during the zombie apocalypse, I'm gonna bunker down, or if I'm gonna get on the road.
Oh,
I mean, where I would have to get to get people that I would want is I'd have to go down to here and then further. I have to go almost all the way to Annapolis, and it's just like, why don't y'all come to me?
I think I'd probably have to move because, let's see, I live in a suburban urban area. Most of the people there don't farm.
Hmm.
So there's no food, there's a lot of zombies, and there's not going to be many supplies.
Mm-hmm.
So if I live in the Texas suburbs, that'd be one thing. Like, because then you could just, like, every dude has a gun rack. So you're fucking set.
True.
So, but here it's just a ton of zombies and nobody, nothing good to defend yourself with. So,
True.
so I'd probably have to move. Move out to rural Maryland finally.
Can I get a ray gun?
Finally moved to Virginia.
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
But would you move to Virginia or Pennsylvania?
Probably Pennsylvania.
Mm.
Just Virginia's just it's getting overpopulated. You have to go to like Southern Virginia.
Yeah, you have to get to Southern Virginia before shit gets good. So what did you think about Baltimore saying it's a rat-infested place?
Okay, so he's not wrong. I'm not gonna say he's not wrong because it is a pretty scummy place, but you can't just fucking just yeah, you can't just roast someone like that, but you kind of got to offer something. You can't just say, "Wow, you're running a shithole." It's like, okay, well, what do you want me to do about it? We have no money to like put AC in our schools because people keep stealing it. Like, I think Baltimore got $1.8 billion in federal aid last year, or 1.8 million. I can't remember which, but they got a shit ton of federal aid, and it all just disappeared, and it's still just the same old shit. And so it's like, the money's going somewhere. Someone's taking it.
Administrative raises.
Yep. So you should, you can say it's a shithole, and you're not wrong. But what are you gonna do about it? That's kind of where I'm at.
Fucking charter schools, my dude.
Yeah, they only have fucking air conditioning in their schools. I think it would only cost a couple million to get air conditioning in the schools, and they can't figure out how to do it. Oh, we're gonna build the Horseshoe Casino, and all the money's gonna go right into the schools. Where'd the money go? Administrative raises, and it's just the same old shit. And then on what's her face, Pew, she's disappeared. Like she's gone. She's not in her house. Her security detail can't find her. She just took the money and ran. So it's just it sucks.
I think just give them charter schools. Let's be real.
Charter schools? You can explain that to me, or
basically, they instead of you going to public school, they hand you a check and they go, spend this money on your education. We don't care. And so you can go, and so generally they give you a voucher to get into so you can, they give you the money and then you can go to a private school instead.
So you're paying money that you could be spending instead to fix the stuff where you're at now to essentially move everyone out of Baltimore City.
No.
Yeah, because you're paying, you're just cutting blank checks, and you're saying
no, they give you like your how you would have a student. They give your mom like $15,000.
So
I don't know exactly how it works, but it basically works out that you get the money and you get to spend it on your school instead.
So why don't they just spend that money on public schools? Well, so instead of kids go to schools in their neighborhood,
the money that they would use to send you through public schools, they give it to you instead and let you buy.
So now parents that don't have opportunities in that community, they have to take their kids instead of like fixing and slowly building back up the community, so it's still not a shithole. You're just taking people out of their shithole and sending them somewhere else.
No,
it'll help those kids.
They'll build.
Usually
they build a school close to the shithole.
So then, if you're going to build a school close to the shithole, why don't you just turn down your public schools and rebuild them?
because the public schools are all terribly run.
Well, then get new staff in it. I mean, there's clearly the money because you're paying to ship kids to a different school. If you build a good school, when you have staff in a good school, why don't you just have the staff in the good school in the community?
Everyone in Baltimore is so corrupt.
Yeah, so you need to start fixing the corruption. If you're going to throw money at, you should throw money at fixing the corruption.
It's a nice stopgap, at least. I don't know.
But
what do they say? What do they say? You read that.
Charter schools are private schools that have public funding but are still overseen somewhat by the government. Not quite private school or government. No, that's magnet schools because the public schools are run by government and government sucks. I mean, you're not wrong. But there's... Okay, so public school, it's a shithole, but you can make it a slightly better shithole by throwing money at it. Or you can throw a shit ton more money to go to a private school. And then the government is going to spend the money either way, right? So why are you spending money to send someone to another school, and then everyone has to pay to transport their kids there and move all these people around?
Because the private sector can run this shit more efficiently.
So why not run the private sector in the community is my thing.
Yeah, they do run the private sector in the community.
But you're saying it's outside, and you're shipping it to an outside charter school.
No, it's not outside. It's outside as in like outside the public school, but I don't think it's like necessarily outside the community. It's not like you're driving an hour.
My friends that have gone to these outsourced schools,
I have no idea.
My friend lived in Baltimore City.
I have no idea.
I went to a
ritzy private school. Don't ask me.
He went to Baltimore County Public Schools, which was a shithole, and he ended up doing what you said, this charter school. But he had to get out to Montgomery County, so he had to drive. His parents had to leave, couldn't go to work on time because they had to drive him an hour out of the way because there was no buses or infrastructure or anything to help him to get out to this school and then drive him back, and then that's just a waste of money when you could just run the school within the city or the community. And why are you building a new private school with this higher standard of education that you're aspiring to, when you just take all that time and money and just build a public school and be done with it? Because you already have a public school lot. Tear down the public school and rebuild a new one and put decent staff in there and spend the money on that. I don't like the government. I think the government's a shithole and a fucking joke. Don't get me wrong, but why are we paying for a private school so some guy who runs a private school and says he's some entrepreneur or captain industry can line his pockets, when I'd rather see all the money where we take the government money and we just keep it there instead of some guy, taking administrative fees because it's a private school and he can do whatever the hell he wants with his money. Even at UMBC, there's administrative shit here, but people are looking at all the records and keeping Hrabowski mostly in line. Can you investigate a private school better for corruption versus can you investigate the government for corruption better? Use all the safeguards and shit for the government. The infrastructure is already there.
No. Here's the thing: you can go to the private school or the public school. So the private school can just die if it's not being run properly. It's like you would have like a few charter schools and you get to pick one, and so they're all competing for your money.
Okay, so Puff is saying that as a magnet school. When they send kids out of the community, the charter school is when a private school accepts the public school funding, but with strings attached. Okay, so it's subsidized schooling to a private school. So all they do is they take token minority kids and they ship them there and they get a massive check. And they just call it a day.
I think.
Okay, I see where you're going from. I was under the impression they were just going to take and just start busing kids out of the city and then just being like, good luck, you're in a private school. Why do we need... For me, the government should do a couple things, and one of them should be provide No Child Left Behind, like a basic, decent education. And if they can't provide a decent education, why are you outsourcing that when that's one of the main things you should do? Like, you should be on top of that as the government. You should fix the shit that's wrong. You shouldn't have to say, I'll send it to this guy who runs this private school. I'll send the kids over there. And the guy at the top, he's definitely going to take a cut, because it's private industry and they can just say that's profit margins or whatever and walk away with it. Whereas with a school, you have all the government oversight and you can keep it in-house. If there's good teachers, you should pay teachers well and they should be able to work in a public school and be paid well, but unfortunately, that's not how it works. So I think I'm out of line here.
I have no idea. I like my private school.
Yeah.
It was nice.
I mean, my public school was nice. I was up in Carroll County, but
Yeah,
Baltimore is a
again, if you
shithole,
like
I'm not
if
gonna
you like
lie.
if you like your public school, you can go there. But if your public school is a shithole, you can go to a decent private school. Is the idea?
Yeah,
So-
but why not just like fix the shithole? Because then you still have a
'Cause
shithole
you
and you're
can't.
blighting your community.
Because you have because you can't fix the shithole.
But you can.
Nope.
Detroit for being a shithole is starting to rebound. When I was generally impressed at like it fucking Detroit is a shithole, but it's making it's making half-ass and it's not getting very far yet. But it's actually starting to rebuild its communities and shit. And
Yeah.
I was like, all right, maybe in 20 years Detroit might be a decentish place again. But for years everyone's been fleeing Baltimore, you know. So why are they fleeing Baltimore? It's the same shit where it's like, to me, with people fleeing Baltimore and how shitty West Baltimore is, it's the same thing as saying, oh, guns are the problem in mass shootings. Like, no, that's just the end result. You can't say, oh, it's a crime-ridden shithole because it's a crime-ridden shithole. And you can't say a shooter's a shooter because they have a gun. Why are people doing crimes in West Baltimore? Well, because for years with the planning in Baltimore, they just said fuck West Baltimore, and they just put Section 8 housing and poor people, and they've torn down stores and they've heavily policed it, and it's just become a shithole, and it's going to stay a shithole if they treat it like a shithole, And all the money is supposed to go to it, they just siphon it off for themselves, and then they're surprised when Baltimore's still a shithole. Is what upsets me,
It always has been.
It wasn't always. In the 50s, West Baltimore was beautiful. It was very nice. It was like nice working class homes. It was very nice. Look at pictures of 1950 Baltimore. It was really good. And then in the 60s, there was the whole race riots thing. And then they were like, let's just, we're not going to actually segregate, but let's just put all the blacks over there. That was what Baltimore city planning pretty much did. And then all of a sudden they started doing jobs, and there was what's it called? I can't remember the name of it, but there's it's a housing theory where it's not broken windows, but if you have redlining, I think it is, where you take, if a black family moves into a community, they the white families will either all start leaving and drive down the property value because they're afraid the black people can't back the money, even though they bought the house and may or may not, and white flight will just sort of ripple out, and then they try and drive black people back, and it's just shitty urban planning, and they just put all the blacks over there, and then it just went to shit because you can't just it just went to shit. Let me see if I can find 1950s West Baltimore. Let me find it. It used to be really nice, and then it just over time in city planning and just they ran into the fucking ground.
All urban planning is shitty. It's not the government's job to plan that. Yeah,
isn't it though? I mean, it's their city. The city government should have a say in how their place is running, so they're the one that have to police it.
They also have to monitor traffic too.
Yeah.
Shit.
Look how nice that is. That's the main drag.
That's nice.
And it's real nice. Every third building right now is burnt down. See? It just went to shit.
I took on.
Damn few if whites come in there are guilty of gentrifying if they leave as white flag. Honest biology.
You seem like you would be an old timey blue dog back in the day.
What do you mean by blue dog?
Do you know what a blue dog is?
I do not.
It's a slightly more it's a more conservative Democrat. It's sort of like we need to help the poor, but we shouldn't just take away guns and just blow out massive welfare spending.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely should keep an eye on the money you spend, but I mean, you can't just in a place like Sandtown, I had to help some of my friends move out of Sandtown, and like every third building was burnt down, and like people were like just wandering around aimlessly. I'm just like, I'm the only white person for like half a mile in a radius. I'm just
Probably,
like, I'm like, how the hell are you supposed to get out of that shithole? Like, you don't have bootstraps to pull yourself up by. Like, they were both working 2 part-time jobs and barely paying rent in a place like that had cockroaches in it. I'm just like, how the hell are you supposed to save up money and get out? It's like, I don't want to just give you guys like $10,000 to leave because I don't know how you're gonna spend. I don't know what's gonna happen. But like, I mean, shit. I mean, if you guys need like a ride to work or something, I'll help you out. Or like, if we get food, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you gotta pay for it. It's like, no, I got the meal. You can't just, you can't, you can't pull yourself up by your bootstraps if you have no bootstraps.
right.
So you got to help people out, and I think that's
I,
like a decent human thing to do. But
I feel that you should.
I don't know. I don't know how much part say the government should have in that because sometimes you like with
The government can make it worse, and like what you're saying is, you're willing to help out your friends, and that's
Mhm.
sort of the social safety net that isn't the government, right?
Yeah, I mean, but that's a
And your
that's a safety
friends
net.
are accountable to you. Like they can't just go out and spend that money on crack.
I mean, they could. It's their money. I'm not going to tell them how to
no,
spend it.
But if you gave them a loan to help them out or whatever,
Yeah,
they're not. You're gonna see them again, so they're probably not gonna just spend it on crack or whatnot.
I mean, I had made a mistake of giving my one quote unquote friend money he spent on heroin. So
Yeah.
I mean, but
But there is the sort of social repercussions of that.
taxation is theft and crack is a human right. Well, Corey, Puff, you're completely right. Crack does make you immortal, but at what cost? Yeah, taxation is theft. I mean, unfortunately, I think I've become jaded in accepting that we're always going to have taxation because that's the shitty nature of the beast. But I like to know how my money is spent and have more oversight in it.
Yeah, if it's gonna be stolen, I at least want to say in how it's stolen.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna like, let's say they tax me for my 20, 25, 30% or whatever, I want to have options on my tax returns for the year to say, okay, I want to half my money I'm not gonna have a say where it's spent because you guys got to grease the wheels and line your pockets. That's the nature of the beast. It's too big to fail. All right, shit, let's take it. The other 50% I want to put X amount in defense spending. Put this much in social works, put this much towards the border. I want to have some say in where I put the money that just disappears every year. Every time I hear taxpayers and shit, it's always prison welfare and junk. Yeah, the U.S. prison system's a fucking shithole. I don't like it because it's being run for profit now. The government will essentially be paid by be paid by a private contractor to take prisoners, and the prisoners will be taken to a private prison where they can be put to work because I think it's one of the constitutional laws for the federal government can't have you do labor without compensation. So the guys you see on road crews are typically not working for the state, or if they do work for the state, they are paid for their time. I think all the chairs and furniture at UMBC is made by prison labor. I think they get paid like $1.07 an hour to make chairs. But it's like Puff is saying, vice crimes, where it's just like, oh, you got caught with a small amount of weed, you're gonna go away for 5 years. What the fuck? Yeah,
just legalize that shit already.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's a small time charge. The war on drugs has been lost for years, but because you can get prisoners, and I think it's one of the states. I think it's Texas. You can get prisoners to work for I think about 13 cents an hour or something ridiculous. And a prison owns like a cotton farm, and it's just like, bro, that's legalized slavery, bro. You just post cringe, bro. And it's just like yeah, we can work prisoners, quote unquote, in a field for 12 hours a day and pay them 13 cents. And you can't do shit about it because it's private prison, and we meet whatever bare minimum standards the government set forward 20 years ago.
I don't like private prisons as a concept.
Yeah, I'm trying to find.
I feel like that's just it's an inverse incentive. You want them to come back.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? Are you going to provide them with a library and an opportunity to get an education and do shit when they get out?
Yeah.
No.
This is Baltimore before in the 50s.
Damn, that looks nice as shit.
It is. This is Baltimore now.
I think I'm about to get shot.
Yeah, there was a couple times when I was there. I had to go buy packing tape because they didn't have any,
D-
and I think
Despite Maryland and Baltimore's strict gun laws. Thanks for
Yeah.
that, guys.
I was the only white dude. I was just walking to the gas station. I was just like, bruh. The guy in there was like, that ain't a white boy. That's a Caucasian. I'm like, fuck. Like, dude, I just want some packing tape.
Dude, I am a prime target for a robbery. I am a trusting upper middle class white dude.
Yeah, I was like, I got like
I feel like the
Oh.
moment I step foot in that area, I'd be instantly mugged.
No, it's not too bad. As long as you're just passing through, you don't cause any trouble, just go and you're fine. Vice and crime are two separate things. Vice shouldn't be punishable. And the vast majority of prisoners are non-violent vices. Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, they probably have to define vices better,
Well,
But
well, here's the
I'd
thing.
say
a lot
yeah.
of the in there for quote unquote in there for drug things have been pled down from dealing.
Yeah, well, I mean, not that much. Or like, well, you have a bit on you, and they say, okay, you're a dealer. No, I'm not a dealer. I'm just use it. Well, we're gonna put dealing charges on you unless you take the lower charge.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
fuck,
and
yeah.
you're yeah, I can see that. And a lot of people who are using have like dealer amounts.
Yeah, or you have enough, or like they'll try and chalk it up to anything.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know what vices also include hard drugs. For me, I'd say end the war on drugs, but I've seen enough people and I've known enough people that have been strung out on crack and heroin that I am
Not ready to legalize it.
I'm not ready to legalize it. I mean, I like to legalize aid for it, where you go to a methadone clinic and you get your bit and you're weaned off it, and it's not like, hey, in 2 weeks we're cutting you back. And you're like, oh fuck, I got 2 weeks, and it's hanging over your head, and you have a little bit less, and you're like, I could just relapse and I can buy drugs and get methadone, at your own pace, and there's a reason you're taking drugs. You don't wake up one morning with your life all year and say, you know what? I'm gonna smoke opium today. Someone's gotta be in
It's
your
like
life
you're
that you're
it's like you're down on your luck and
Mhm.
you're either that or you're at a party. Please don't
yeah,
don't give in to peer pressure.
yeah, or like something bad happens. Like, and no one would. I highly doubt people wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I'm gonna smoke a crack rock today because I want to. It's like,
It's either your friends are doing it and they're like, hey, do you
Yeah.
want to smoke this crack rock? And you're like, oh, I guess I'll be cool.
yeah,
I'll be cool and smoke these crack rocks. I do think peer pressure is a fair amount of things.
Yeah, I think it is, but you can't punish people for.
But it is also
I don't know
that
if
you
punch is
are
the right
in
word.
you are in the shit and you need a way out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you got to help people to help themselves. You
Yeah,
can't
it's
just magically undo.
yeah. I don't think though that
The
welfare is the
welfare.
answer. I think it's made it worse. How do you think about that?
Welfare. I think it's a scam. I mean, I think there are some people that do generally need welfare, where you're paraplegic or something's really fucked up. You should have welfare.
That's different.
Yeah. Well, then what do you mean by welfare? Where you just don't want to work or can't find work?
Usually the can't find work thing. More the quote unquote can't find work thing.
Yeah, I think you should have them. Generally for welfare, I think it is for the first bit at least you're free. You're free to go, but for the other bit, you have to either show you're looking for a job, or
People
you have to
say they're looking for a job.
Yeah, or the other one is you have to show that at least you have some part-time work. But if you have a job and they'll only give you 25 hours a week and there's no other jobs, well, that's not going to pay all the bills. So you should have less welfare.
Fucked.
Or yeah, it's fucked, and
it is
how
fucked.
do you fix it?
Man, I don't know. I'm so fucking upper middle class.
Yeah,
both my parents have masters.
Yeah,
That's like the level of like. So I'm just sitting here trying to figure this shit out now. I have never sweated where my next meal is.
Yeah,
I've never even thought about it.
Yeah, it's a different thing. We're I think where was it? We went and I went and we dropped off the friends at their new place. And I was like, "You guys want to get food?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know." I'm like, "Well, it's 8 o'clock. Like, we're hungry. You guys want to eat?" They're like, "Yeah." And I realized, they're like, "We don't know if we got the money to go out and eat." It's like, guys, I got it. It's fine. Like, don't sweat it. They're like, "Okay, whatever." And then what ended up happening is it was raining, so I ran to get the car, and there was communication confusion. And my food ended up getting left. They thought I grabbed it. I thought they had grabbed it, and they felt really bad. And I was just like, I was like, "It's just food," and they're like, "Well, like, no, it's not. Like, it's your food." And I'm like, I didn't want to like flex on them and be like, "Yeah, but I can buy more." That
Like make them feel like
yeah.
For me, it's just don't worry about it.
Yeah, I was like, I'll be fine. They're like, I mean, I've definitely had some fucking I've had some ice for dinner when I was younger. We weren't, I won't say well off, but we were decent off enough that it was there was times when money was tight, but it was I mean you can't blame someone for being born in like a shitty situation. It is my thing, If you choose to be a shitty person, or it's just like, what, I am gonna smoke crack, and I'll get more people hooked on crack so I can sell them
Like
some
if
of
you
my
are
crack.
one of those retards who goes to college, majors in nothing, and burns out within 2 years.
I mean, yeah, but you can still turn your life around. I'm talking people that are genuinely just choose to be shitty people. That's
if you glorify gangs and shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say that kind of shit. I will be all. I don't want to be friends with you or deal with you. But if you're born in a shitty situation, you're trying to make the most of it, dude. All the power to you. You're a braver person than I. I am a shitty person. Mega says she's a shitty person.
Mega?
How so? Mega. Explain so.
We know how Mega's a shitty person.
I mean, in this context, I mean, that's with the whole reporting thoughts or whatever. It's just like, I mean, if you're just like, haha, I'll just squeeze some incels for $20, and you don't need the money. Okay, it's worth a chuckle. But if you get reported, all right, shit, I got busted. Sorry, guys. But one or two of my friends were just like low key, like, yeah, like I do sex work. I'm like, please be fucking safe. Like, I know you're doing it to make ends meet because rent's coming up, and there's some creepy guy that'll suck your toes for $200, and it's like, all right, yeah, that's fine. But I was like, do you want mace? I can't buy you a gun, but do you want mace? Because there's some creepy motherfuckers out there. I mean, I mean, it was like, oh, I don't know if I can get welfare or whatever, and it was just like, I can't just give you $300, because I don't know if you're talking a scam on me, but I'll buy you like a $15 can of mace to put on your keys because one, that'll help you in that situation, and on the other hand, you probably should have a way to defend yourself because you're a small person.
My God.
I mean, the world's a real fucking shitty place. That's why I like guns.
God,
that's why I like guns and like having people with teaching people how to use guns.
I like guns because I like sporting.
Yeah.
Like I have never even, everyone has this like when you buy a gun, you're like, oh, I'm gonna fuck up some home intruder, but realistically, I'm like, yeah, I'm never gonna have to use this.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put this in the closet and take it out when I want to go shooting.
Yeah.
Like
at Mega, I don't think Resort anymore. I think she's in a better place now. She has a better job, but she's still like, this man still wants to suck my toes. I'll take 200 cash.
Yeah, I mean, fair if that's your thing.
I don't think she's into that or whatever. I don't know what they do. I didn't probably legalize toe sucking.
Yeah, legalize. I think it is legal.
Imagine the smell.
Oh, I had a roommate who tried to suck my toes one time.
What?
Yep.
Okay, story time.
Nope. It was we were watching TV together, and he tried to suck my toes.
Oh my God! Like,
I'm not
for real.
For dead ass.
Oh my God! Talk me through the
I
whole
think he
story.
was gay. Like I think he was gay, and I wasn't.
I dig it.
He was, that's my dirty little secret.
True. I don't know, man. You might get the herp foot Mega. You got herp foot Mega? Lewd hand holding, but it's the toes. Ugh.
How the fuck do you do that?
I don't fucking know. These straight guys suck your toes a lot.
I assume not.
I mean, not while you're awake.
No, God, John, what are you doing?
I'm sorry, I've completely derailed this chat. I said I should be on track.
No,
but
no,
one's
this
posting
is
any,
fun. This is
no one's
fun.
posting any gun related
No,
stuff.
no.
I asked
I'm
for-
having way more fun. I don't want to talk about how to solve the welfare crisis.
Oh my
Can we
god.
just talk about toe sucking for the rest of the thing?
This isn't vaguely firearms related. I mean,
It's fun though.
send me some green
See,
text
Mega.
so I can read them, please.
This is how you talk about degenerate shit without being a degenerate.
Exactly. Remember, everything on this radio show is fiction. Nothing here can be taken as fact.
Everything on this video is entirely hypothetical.
Completely hypotheticals.
100% has never occurred, will never occur. Anything even mildly related to reality is complete and utter coincidence. No, this is fun. All right, anything else? Is there any other weird shit?
Yeah, I want to know what else y'all are up to. Would you suck a man's toes to spite me? Nah, Neanderthals walk around barefoot. I don't trust like that.
No.
Hmm.
How much would somebody have to pay you to suck their toes?
Who is it?
All right.
I think
We'll
that's-
say this level of funniness.
Oh man, I have to say, how much is my debt right now? Fuck. I want to pay my debt and have a bit left over. Oh shit. 50,000? 50K?
50,000 to suck toe. Like, how much for just a lick?
Just a lick? Well, I can't put condoms on my tongue.
They do have a dental dam.
Oh shit, you're right. Fuck.
Who the fuck is ever though? Who the fuck is
Oh,
ever?
well, I
used
mean,
one,
if you're
though?
gonna suck toes, you gotta suck toes raw. That's just how you do it. Or so it's been explained to me.
You get foot herpes. Is it worth
some
the
foot
foot herpes?
Shit.
Hmm.
Well, what was the question before? I missed it. How much to suck the toes? Just a lick? 10.
10 grand?
10 grand.
10 grand? I think the
Well, you wouldn't know, would you?
the weirdness of it.
Oh, that's me.
Okay. What did you say to me?
Nothing. At me.
Yeah, we were just watching TV and he reaches in my thing and starts sucking my toes, and I'm like, "The fuck are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing, buddy?
The fuck are you doing? I am not. This is a little bit too intimate."
Do it for a Taco Bell meal. It probably tastes about the same. Other than murder, is it moral to kill someone for committing a crime? As in, they committed murder, and you're going to murder them back? Yeah, I'd say so. If they're
Child rapist. Child rapist.
Yeah, child rapist.
I'm okay with killing them.
I'm trying to think what else.
If you're running a cartel.
A drug pusher, like unremorsefully, where they're just trying to get people hooked on drugs. I don't know
Yeah,
if
yeah.
murder's that, but I'd say
Yeah.
definitely a good beating.
Yeah. If they're the head of a gang or something.
I don't know if head of a gang. No, that also falls on a drug pusher.
Organized crime.
Depends on the syndicate. I
Yeah,
imagine.
yeah.
Some,
If you look.
I think you'd have to weigh like what they're doing. If they're just like selling, if it's like the dudes in Brazil that are just like selling weed and like they kidnap doctors to get everyone yellow fever vaccines, they're like, okay, carry on your way. Well, if it's Joey Foletzi, and he's trading Russian bribes for cocaine, it's like, nah.
Maybe we get to kill you. Okay, I think a serial rapist.
Yeah, I'd say that too. Furry.
Yeah. Mega.
Is a furry?
No.
Is there fursuit?
No. We could. Are Mega's crimes worth the death penalty?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No.
I think she's just offensive, and being offensive isn't
Yeah,
It's
nah,
a-
yeah,
a
yeah.
crime.
If we're gonna say this free speech thing, we have to live by it too.
This free speech thing, one of the tenets of our country.
Yep. If we're gonna have to live with it too.
Such is life.
It's not just us that get to be offensive.
Some things I say, I do believe.
I think anything to do with politics, you actually believe.
Mm,
No, she's actually pretty genuine about politics.
yeah, I'd say so.
Rape at Brian.
What the fuck does that mean?
Oh, like one of the crimes for.
No, we already said that.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Being a communist.
Yeah, being a communist. Being a socialist. What about being a no, being a socialist just gets you 10 in prison. Using the word socialist without really knowing what it means.
Cucking a Neanderthal. Oh no, that's grounds for praise. They'll give me medals for that.
If you could cuck a Neanderthal, I think you deserve to have that one.
You say it one time,
You say, oh my god. I think that's punishment enough. This has gone off the rails. What are you reading?
Some boomer post.
Is this about how we don't need weapons of war on our streets?
No, he's talking about the big igloo.
What the fuck is the big igloo?
It's Boogaloo. The Boogaloo.
I don't understand. What the hell is going on?
The Boogaloo? The big igloo? The
No.
luau? The pig fry?
You're just fucking with me, aren't you?
You don't know about the Boogaloo?
No.
Puff, let it be official. Kevin does not know about the Boogaloo. How do you not know about the Boogaloo?
I know something to Electric Boogaloo. I don't know anything about.
Buddy, we've been getting ready for the Boogaloo for years. How'd you not know about this? Kevin is a scrub. It's been great being here for the first time. I got a shower. I can't be doing both things at the same time. My father's dying. See you guys later. Have a good one. Yep, this should be saved. You can watch it later, Brian. Safe travels.
Yep.
Kevin's a scrub. Oh, poor Kevin.
Oh no.
It is about 8:30. We should probably wind down.
Yep.
But your job is to research the Boogaloo to discover what you must do to prepare for the Boogaloo.
Is this some apocalypse shit?
In a way, he bought 40 pounds of rice for the Boogaloo. Hey, I've showered listening to the show. Well, that's too much information, Mega. Bye, Brian.
I don't feel comfortable Mega hearing my voice naked.
That's terrifying.
No.
It's
Mega
practically rape.
hearing my voice naked gives me nightmares.
That's practically rape.
Mega, if I complain to the university, do you think they'd get her degree revoked?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think
once
it's
you're out, you're out.
Yeah. She says, ew, well, that's good. At least she's not attracted to you.
Oh, God.
You're safe for now.
Well, I got that going for me. All right, so I think we're going to sign off.
Yep. Let's see what else is happening here. Yeah.
I feel like I want to sign off, but I feel like we need something good to end it on.
Yeah, I don't think we can do sounds on a live stream.
Yeah, I know.
Also, bye-bye. See ya.
No, we're gonna do something good. We're gonna figure it out before we go.
Nah, I think I might as well just bounce. Well, we'll think of a better one for next time.
No. Well, we can.
Because I don't know when the radio station's going to be back and we can actually do that.
We're not doing it to the radio station anymore.
No,
Never.
never.
It's just so much of a pain. Their administration is just such a pain in the ass. Like, to actually deal with them,
Gotcha.
it's just such a goddamn pain. I don't know if it's better when you were there.
Yeah, I don't know
But,
who's there now, but I mean, I can deal
I
with it.
I called up everyone, and I was like, hey, can I hey, John told me I could have the radio station. I have signed things from the from the president of the club, John, everybody
Yeah.
else, can I please have a time slot?
Mhm.
And they were like, and they just put me on hold forever. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck this noise. I'm doing it myself.
Yeah. So I mean, we gotta get back on that.
I'll put up some ghetto ass mic setup if I have to.
Yeah. I mean, this is a decent mic. As my friends, I gotta get a better one of my own.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
I mean, I'd rather use the radio station. I might order that
used
way.
to just use the laptop speakers. Like,
Yeah, but it came across as tinny. I don't know.
yeah, it did. It came across as it was crap, but at least it was there.
Yeah.
Like,
Huh.
so we just got sick of waiting and we did it ourselves.
Well, I'm sorry I drug everyone down with the trials and tribulations of other people that may or may not be real.
I thoroughly expect to regret telling people my former roommate sucked my toes.
I mean, use that as your nickname.
Oh God,
Like
I'm
snake,
gonna be
like
remembered for that. The guy who got his toes sucked.
like a solid snake, toe eater. I think it was Toe Cutter was one of the guys in Mad Max.
Yeah.
I think it was the one guy's name. All right.
My brother did it once, but we were like 3. So I mean,
Oh, that's what you gotta do. You gotta get on. Photoshop and get the one guy's face from Mad Max.
no, we're gonna.
Where
Do...
he's holding the microphone to like, leave me the gasoline and walk
No,
away.
no.
But he's got a foot and he's like,
Oh God, what have I done? No, we're gonna do one of those white people photos where it's like one of those pictures of like my brother sucking my toes when he was like 3.
Oh my
so
God,
so
with
it
the
makes
backdrop.
sense. And then we're,
oh my God.
and then you do it now when the kids are like 27.
All right. Well, we're about to head out. See you guys around.
All right, see ya.